Shinzo Abe was the longest-serving Prime Minister of Japan, serving 2 terms from 2006 to 2007 and 2012 to 2020. He was born on September 21, 1954, in Tokyo, Japan, and was the third generation of a prominent political family. His grandfather, Nobusuke Kishi, served as Prime Minister of Japan, and his father, Shintaro Abe, was a former foreign minister. From a young age, Shinzo Abe was interested in politics and diplomacy. He studied political science at Seikei University in Tokyo and later earned a degree in public policy from the University of Southern California. After returning to Japan, he worked for a trading company before entering politics in 1993 when he was elected to the lower house of the Japanese Diet. Abe quickly established himself as a rising star in the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, which had dominated Japanese politics for decades. He served in various roles in the party, including as Chief Cabinet Secretary, Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Secretary General. However, his first term as Prime Minister was short-lived, lasting only 1 year, from 2006 to 2007. Abe's first term was marked by a number of challenges, including strained relations with China and South Korea, and controversy over his visits to the Yasukuni Shrine, a Shinto shrine that honors Japan's war dead, including convicted war criminals. His economic policies, which included Abenomics, a mix of monetary easing, fiscal stimulus, and structural reforms, were also criticized for not producing significant results. After his resignation in 2007, Abe spent several years in opposition before regaining the leadership of the LDP in 2012. He was elected Prime Minister again that same year, and this time, he was determined to make a lasting impact on Japan's political and economic landscape. Abe's second term was marked by a renewed focus on diplomacy, both regionally and globally. He strengthened ties with the United States, Japan's closest ally, and worked to improve relations with China and South Korea. He also pushed for Japan to play a more active role in international affairs, including by expanding the country's military capabilities. One of Abe's most significant achievements was the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, a trade agreement between Japan and 11 other countries that aimed to reduce barriers to trade and investment in the Asia-Pacific region. The TPP was seen as a counterweight to China's growing economic influence, and it was widely viewed as a win for Japan. Abe's economic policies also began to bear fruit during his second term. Abenomics led to a weaker yen, which helped boost exports, and the economy began to recover from years of stagnation. Unemployment rates dropped, and the stock market surged to record highs. However, Abe's second term was not without its challenges. He faced criticism for his handling of the Fukushima nuclear disaster, which occurred in 2011 and was the worst nuclear accident since Chernobyl. Many Japanese citizens were also concerned about the country's aging population and declining birth rate, which threatened the sustainability of the country's social security system. Despite these challenges, Abe remained popular throughout much of his second term, and he won a landslide victory in the 2017 general election. However, his health began to decline in 2020, and he announced his resignation in August of that year. In many ways, Shinzo Abe's legacy is still being written. His impact on Japanese politics and diplomacy is undeniable, and his economic policies helped to revive the country's economy after years of stagnation. However, he also faced significant challenges during his tenure, and many of the issues he grappled with, such as Japan's aging population and declining birth rate and the aftermath of the Fukushima disaster, will continue to affect Japan for years to come. Despite these challenges, Shinzo Abe's leadership style and commitment to Japan's future have left a lasting impact on the country. His emphasis on diplomacy and international cooperation, as well as his efforts to revive the economy, have helped to position Japan as a major player on the world stage. As Japan looks to the future, it will undoubtedly continue to face many of the same challenges that Shinzo Abe grappled with during his time in office. However, his legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of leadership, vision, and perseverance in the face of adversity. On the fateful day of the 8th of July 2022, Japan lost one of its most renowned political leaders, Shinzo Abe. The former Prime Minister and current member of the House of Representatives met his untimely demise while delivering a campaign speech for a Liberal Democratic Party candidate outside Yamato Seidaiji Station in Nara City, Nara Prefecture. In a tragic turn of events, Abe was shot at close range from behind by an assailant who used a homemade firearm. The Prime Minister was immediately airlifted to Nara Medical University Hospital, where despite the best efforts of the medical staff, he was pronounced dead. Abe's assassination sent shockwaves throughout Japan and beyond, as people mourned the loss of a man who had dedicated his life to serving his country. Shinzo Abe's impact on Japanese politics and society will be studied and debated for years to come, but there is no denying that he left an indelible mark on his country and the world. His commitment to Japan's future, his dedication to diplomacy and international cooperation, and his efforts to revive the economy will be remembered as some of the defining features of his legacy. Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister of Japan, was known for his political leadership, diplomatic skills, and economic policies. Few quotes of Shinzo Abe. Japan is not a country that bases its position on human rights solely on the criticism it receives from overseas. We cannot accept any attempts to change the status quo through force. We are a country that seeks to realize a society that respects human rights as a matter of course. This quote highlights Japan's commitment to human rights and its determination to create a society that values and respects these rights. Despite criticism from other countries and international organizations, Abe emphasized that Japan's position on human rights was based on its own values and beliefs. A strong economy is the very foundation of a strong nation. Abe believed that a strong economy was essential for Japan's success and prosperity. He implemented policies aimed at boosting economic growth and creating jobs, which led to a revival of Japan's economy after years of stagnation. The Japan-US alliance will remain the cornerstone of Japanese diplomacy and security. This quote emphasizes the importance of Japan's relationship with the United States, its closest ally. Abe was a strong supporter of the alliance between the two countries and worked to strengthen ties between them during his tenure as Prime Minister. Japan is a country of rule of law. We cannot accept any attempts to change the status quo through force. This quote highlights Japan's commitment to the rule of law and its opposition to any attempts to change the status quo through force. Abe was a vocal critic of China's territorial ambitions in the East and South China Seas, and he emphasized Japan's commitment to upholding international law and norms. Japan is not the kind of country that would attack other countries. This quote emphasizes Japan's commitment to peace and its rejection of aggression and violence. Abe's statement is significant in light of Japan's history of militarism and its role in World War II. By emphasizing Japan's commitment to peace, Abe sought to reassure the international community and build trust with other countries. We appreciate your support in watching our videos. If you enjoy learning about political, business, and science leaders' biographies and quotes, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving us a thumbs up to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content.